Hey, howdy, hi. What's going on, Internet? Hail to the Redskins. JD coming at you with another video from Redskins Rant. Real quick, after some, thinking and some digestion after the draft, I come to a realization. Now, don't take this in a way of me being like, it is a little bit negative, but not 100% negative. I do think that Dwayne Haskins will be a productive player for us. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll be productive. I think we should play him right away, and I don't think he's right away ready. That's the problem. So he's probably going to sit for a year, and that's why he'll be better. That's why I didn't want to draft him that high. I thought Josh Rosen was more ready now to play, and I thought, I want to win this year. I don't want to be good in 2 years from now. I want to win this year and still be good in 2 years from now. That's my goal. That's why I wanted Josh Rosen. I think Haskins will be an adequate starter for us. I don't think he's going to be like our next big franchise quarterback that leads us to a bunch of Super Bowls. That'd be nice if he does. I'll be tickled pink with that. But the problem is, I think the Redskins are going to regret drafting Haskins. Not in the sense that he's going to be a bust. It's just in the sense that we could have had another option. We could have gotten Rosen, and I think Rosen could have done very well in our system, actually extremely well in Jay Gruden's system. He makes quarterbacks better. That's what Jay Gruden does. He makes quarterbacks better. And I just think we're going to look back on this draft and say, in a couple years, we should have taken Rosen. We could have got Rosen for a second rounder, used that first round pick on a bunch of other players, trade back, gotten Sweat still gotten other players. So I know it sounds negative. I'm not saying that Haskins is a bust. I'm just saying we'll look back and say the better option if we redo it would have been to take Rosen. I think we're missing out on how mature this guy is. The guy, Josh Rosen, has played. In college, he had 4 different offensive coordinators. Never complained. In the pros so far, he's going to have 4 different offensive coordinators. Again, if you need me to count it out, he had his offensive coordinator he had last year. That same offensive coordinator got fired, so he had a new offensive coordinator. And then he had another offensive coordinator and a new offense he had to learn until they drafted Kyler Murray when Cliff Kingsbury came in. And now he's got another offense to learn going to Miami. So that's in 1 year, not even starting his second year in the league, he's had 4 different offensive coordinators. And the guy never complained. He showed up for his workouts. I think there's a level of maturity that we're missing out on that this guy has. And I'm not saying Dwayne Haskins is immature, but he is a younger player. He's younger, so he's going to have some growing up to do as a player in general. And I'm just going to be honest. I went and watched a bunch of his highlights. After watching his highlights, I get why he got 50 touchdowns. I think any quarterback who played in that system with that talent would have gotten 50 quarterbacks. Will Grier, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Kyler Murray probably would have got like 70 touchdowns or 60 touchdowns or something. Because those receivers were... There was about a 5 to 6 foot difference between the receivers and the defender every time Haskins threw a touchdown. Those receivers were so fast. They had so much space between them and the defender. It just wasn't fair. And Haskins, we have no proof that he's going to be able to throw into tight windows. Because guys are just wide open. And the way it sounds is the offense was catered to his ability. Now, obviously, if someone's going to run man and you got faster weapons, yeah, you run crossing routes. It's smart. It's not being stupid. It's not stupid to do that. It's smart. I mean, take what the defense gives you. It's what I always say in basketball. If they're going to give you a backdoor cut for a layup or a wide open layup or a dunk, take the wide open layup or dunk and don't try to force a 3 with a guy with a hand in your face. That's what I always say when I coach basketball. So same thing with football. If they're going to, take what the defense gives you, if they're going to give you, if they're going to play you man when you have the faster team, do crossing routes, let them drag, and you're going to get guys in crossing routes wide open because the guys are going to keep up with them. It's smart. But like I said, this is the NFL, and the players he had, we don't have. I mean, yeah, Paul Richardson's fast. And the guy we drafted that's out of his school was pretty fast. But I just don't know. I'm not going to sit here and be negative Nancy and say he's a bust. Oh my God, woe is me. I think he'll be adequate and he'll be okay. He'll be pretty good. I just don't know if he's going to be what I think we could have. I think this year we'd have been better with Rosen, because I think at the beginning of this year we're not going to start Haskins. We're going to start. I think we're going to start Case Keenum, and the first 5 games of this schedule are brutal. And I think with Rosen, given the talent that we drafted, plus we would have had another pick as well if we traded back and got Sweat and then maybe a second rounder when we traded back. So you don't know. We could have grabbed Greedy Williams. We could have grabbed. I'm still going to stand by this. We should have traded back and gotten a lot more stuff in the draft. Or traded and got more stuff. I would trade next year's first and got more draft picks, because this draft was so loaded with talent. I don't understand why you wouldn't capitalize on that. For the life of me, I don't understand why the Washington Redskins would not capitalize on that. We could have traded next year's first round pick, gotten 2 or 3 draft picks, two second rounders, and maybe next year's second from a Raiders or a team like the Raiders or Denver or something like that. And we could have grabbed Greedy Williams. I mean, even if doesn't have to be DK Metcalf. I still think we failed on that one. DK Metcalf is going to be Megatron 2.0. We're going to regret on a lot of these things. Now, we had a good draft based on where we picked. We picked pretty smartly for where we picked, but I said this in a podcast with On the Warpath. I said that last year when the Redskins were doing really good, they were going to outsmart themselves, and they ended up outsmarting themselves. They thought they'd be clever and trade for HaHa Clinton Dix, and it shot them in the foot, because HaHa Clinton Dix ruined the entire chemistry of our defense. And in essence, because we kept losing, DJ Swearinger started running his mouth, and we lost DJ Swearinger. Imagine DJ Swearinger right now and Landon Collins as our 2 safeties. Oh my goodness. So that's just what my opinion is on that. And I think the Redskins outsmarted themselves. They were tickled pink and so excited, and they got caught up in their emotions and their feels that they got the guy that the owner wanted, which was Haskins, that they didn't trade back, or they could have traded back and got another player. And honestly, I think if you wanted to be the better team this year, the best team this year possible, it wasn't getting Haskins, it was getting Rosen, and I think he would have been consistently good the next few years. Does Haskins have a higher ceiling? Really, we don't know. He's only played 1 year. For all we know, he's a 1-year bust, a one-hit wonder. And we just wasted a first-round pick on a guy who, he can only play quarterback if his guys are wide open and they're faster than everyone else in the field, which, the Redskins could definitely try to do that. It's just, I still just think we're going to end up regretting it. Okay, I'm going to cheer for Haskins. I hope he does well, but I'm just putting it on the record that I think the Redskins are going to look back and regret not going for the Rosen deal whenever they had the opportunity, because we definitely could have got Rosen. We could have definitely gotten Rosen, because after what the Miami gave, we could have given a little bit a better deal. Other than that, the draft was a success to me. I just feel that we would be a little bit better next year, in the next 5 years, with Rosen than with Haskins. So that's my video. It's very short. I'm not trying to make it too long. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I just want to put that on the record. I'm not saying Haskins is a bust by any stretch. I'm saying I have my concerns. And the fact that we spent a first-round pick on a guy we can't start right away bothers me. That's like if I was a Giants fan, I would be uber pissed at Dave Gettleman. Because Dave Gettleman straight up drafted a guy that he cannot play this year. That he's not going to play this year. He's going to have him sit for 3 years. So you spent a 6th overall pick on a guy you're not going to play for the next 3 years. And you're going to pay the guy $18 million to sit on the bench. Doesn't make sense. Okay? Redskins, this move made sense. It's someone they wanted. But I'm just saying, we look back on, and I think we're going to regret the fact that we took Haskins. Okay? We're going to regret that fact, because we could have taken Rosen and still grabbed other players and filled more roles and spots on our team. So, that's my video. It's JD. This is Redskins Rant. Hail to the Redskins. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Redskins Ranter. Give me a follow. I'll give you a follow back. All right, see you.